Let's begin the 15th question in exercise 5.3. Take the 15th question in your textbook and read it with me. A contract on construction job specifies a penalty for the delay of completion of a job: 200 rupees for the first day, 250 rupees for the second day, and 300 rupees for the third day. So for the delay of first day it is 200, for the delay of second day it is 250, and for the delay of third day 300. So can you see 50 rupees is the common difference for every day, right? So the penalty for each succeeding day being 50 rupees more than the preceding day. How much money the contractor has to pay as a penalty if he has delayed the work by 30 days? So is going to delay the work by 30 days. Okay, so here is the series 200, 250, 300. These are in AP because the common difference between them will be 50, right? So A is 200, D is 50, and you are going to find the penalty for 30 days, no? So number of days N is 30, and the overall penalty for the total 30 days will be SN, right? So SN formula, you write the SN formula and substitute it. S30 is equal to 30 by 2, A is 200, D is 50, and N is 30. Just calculate it, you will be getting this 27,750 for overall penalty of 30 days. Okay, so next question, 16th question. So take out your textbook and read it. A sum of rupees 700. A sum of rupees 700 means that is, they are talking about the whole, no? So that will be the essence. Sum of 700 rupees is to be used to give 7 cash prizes to students of a school for their overall academic performance. So for overall academic performance, they're going to give 7 cash prizes. That is, total amount of those 7 cash prizes will be 700 rupees. So can we take it S7 as 700? So N will be 7, no? So total number of students getting the prizes will be 7. So N is 7, S7 is 700. If each prize is 20 less than its preceding price, so can you see each price is 20 less than its preceding, means 20 less is minus 20, right? So every time if they mention like 20 less than, 30 less than, like this, no? Before the 20 less than its preceding price. So before the every series there is a 20 rupees less than the next series, right? So D will be minus 20. So you're taking common difference as minus 20. You're going to find the value of each of the prices, that is first price amount, second price amount, third price amount, like that. So if you add all those 7 prices, you will end up with this 700 rupees cash. This is sum of all 7 prices, right? So now first take out this SN formula. If you substitute the known values, you get the A value, right? That is the first price amount. After you get the first price amount, what is their common difference? You have to subtract minus 20 from preceding price. Preceding price is the before price, right? So SN I'm substituting, 7 is the N, 2A plus 7 minus 1 into D is minus 20. So I'm just calculating it. 7 by 2 I'm keeping it as it is, 2A minus 120, and 7 by 2 if I send it that side, it will become 2 by 7. 700 into 2 by 7 equal to 2A minus 120. I'm cancelling it, so I'll be getting like this. So A will be 160. So if A is 160, that is the first price is 160. What will be the second price? Just subtract 20 from the first price. Just subtract 20 from the preceding price. Preceding is the first price is 160, right? So you subtract 20 here. 160 minus 20 is 140. 140 minus 20 is 120. 120 minus 20 is 100. And 80, 60, 40. So overall 7 prices are there, right? If you add every price value, you will be getting the 700 in total. Okay, so they have given sum of 7 cash prizes. So you're taking S7 as 700, and for total 7 members they are giving prizes. So N is 7, and they are also given that 20 rupees less than the preceding price, right? So 20 less than means you have to take minus 20. Just substitute in the formula, get the A value, that is first price value, and subtract 20 from everything. Okay, so like preceding prices. Next, take out your 17th question and read. In a school, students thought of planting trees in and around the school to reduce air pollution. It was decided that the number of trees that each section of each class will plant will be the same as the class. Like, number of trees each section of each class will plant will be the same as the class in which they are studying. Example, a section of class 1 will plant 1 tree, section of class 2 will plant 2 trees, and so on till 11 till 12th standard. So whatever their class, no, like if it is fourth class, they are going to plant 4 trees. If it is seventh class, they are going to plant 7 trees. But for each class, there will be 3 sections, no? So you have to multiply everything by 3. Since if each class has 3 sections, the class 1 will plant tree as 1 tree, but for 3 section it is 3 trees, right? For class 2 they will plant 2 trees, but for 3 section you have to multiply with 3 for 2 classes, right? 3 2s are 6. And class 3 we have 3 sections, and you have to plant 3 trees for class 3, so 3 trees are 9. So likewise class 12 will be, the students will plant 12 trees. So the section will be 3 sections, so 3 into 12 is 36. So can you form the series now? 3 6 9 up to 36, or in AP. So take A value as 3, D value as 6 minus 3 will be 3, and you also have the last term, that is the nth term, an is 36. So you have given that number of classes is 12, right? So take the n as 12. You need to find out how many total number of trees they have planted, right? So total means you have to find out the SN value. So just take, since you know an, I can take the shorter formula n by 2 a plus an. So n is 12 divided by 2, a is 3 plus 36. So sum of all 12 classes, no, you will be getting 234. So 234 trees in overall they have planted. Okay. So next, move on to the 18th question. A spiral, just read out the question from a textbook. A spiral is made up of successive semicircle with centers alternately at A and B. Starting with center at A of radii 0.5, 1.0 centimeter, 1.52 centimeter as shown in the figure. So just take out the figure. You have how many semicircle? Like L1 is the semicircle. Just check out your figure. L1 is the semicircle. L2 is the semicircle. So L1 is the first semicircle, L2 is the second semicircle, and L3 is the third semicircle, L4 is the fourth semicircle. It goes on like this, no? So what is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? So till we have 13 semicircle, that is till L13 we have, right? So you need to find the length of the semicircle. Length means what? You can say that is circumference. Circumference and length are same, right? So they have only given the radii, but you need to find the length, which is circumference. So radius of the first semicircle is 0.5 centimeter, right? So I need to find circumference. So circumference and length are same. You know the circumference of circle is 2 pi r. If it is for semicircle, 2 pi r by 2, right? It is pi r. So circumference of the semicircle formula will be pi r. So I am keeping pi as it is. I am not substituting 22 by 7 since it makes it a fractional value, no? I will be substituting the value of pi at the last. Okay. So pi into 0.5 will be 0.5 pi centimeter. This is my circumference of first semicircle. And for the second semicircle, circumference will be, radii is 1 given. So pi into r means pi into 1. That is pi centimeter. Radii of third semicircle they have given us 1.5. Circumference of third semicircle will be pi r. Pi into 1.5 will give you 1.5 pi centimeter. So what are the values? What are the series we can get from this? 0.5 pi, pi, and 1.5 pi. It goes on like this, no? So now from this series, what is the first value? A, 0.5 pi. D is the common difference. Pi minus 0.5 pi. So you have 1 pi. You're going to subtract off pi. So 1 minus off will be again off, no? So 0.5 pi is the common difference. N is the, they have given 13 consecutive semicircle in the question, no? So number of semicircle is 13. So you write N value as 13. You need to find length of all the semicircles. So I'm going to use SN formula. So here substitute instead of N 13 and A 0.5 pi, D is also 0.5 pi, N is 13. Okay. So 2 into 0.5, that is 2 into of pi will be, you will be getting with pi, 1 pi. So 12 into 0.5 pi. So you just multiply, you get 6 pi. So 7 pi you will get. So if you cancel this and make this pi value as 22 by 7, just cancel the 7 and 2 with 22, you get the sum of all 13 consecutive semicircles length will be 143 centimeter. Okay. So you understood. So first I am getting the radii value so from the question and finding out the circumference of the semicircle using the formula pi r. Okay. So after I found the circumference of all these values, now I am making a series and substituting it in the SN formula. Okay, so let's move on to the 19th question. Just read out the question from the textbook. 200 logs are stacked in a following manner: 20 logs in a bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. So, in how many rows are the 200 logs placed, and how many logs are in the top row? So, there is totally 200 logs, no? Total number of logs will be 200. So you can take Sn as 200, right? And also they have given the series, that is in the first row 20 logs, in the second row it is 19 logs, third row 18 logs, like that. So a1, a2, a3, like that, no? So I am just substituting, making it as a series 20 comma 19 comma 18, which is in a AP. So common difference is 1, that is minus 1, right? So 19 minus 20 will be minus 1. A value is 20. Sum of all the terms, that is sum of all the logs, is 200. I'm taking Sn as 200. Just substitute in the Sn formula. Sn equal to, you need to find the n value, right? And once you get n only, you can just find out the top, that is, you can just find out the logs, how many number of logs in the top row. Top row means that is nth row, right? You have to find an. So Sn, just substitute in the formula and find out the n value, a, d and Sn. I'm just substituting it, I'm getting it like this. So it forms a quadratic equation. So try by yourself. Once you get the quadratic equation, I'm going to use split the middle term splitting method to get the n value. So one value is 16, one value is 25. I should not eliminate any of the values since both are positive. I must take both the values and check for the an value. Okay. So just take out the n equal to 16. In the first case, case 1, if n equal to 16, number of logs at the top row is nth row, right? Top row means that is nth row. So take the an formula. An, what is n value? You have totally, like, what is the n value? You have two cases. Totally we have two cases, n is 16, n is 25. So for the first case I'm taking n is 16, no? So substitute, instead of n it is 16 and a value is 20. N is 16 minus 1, d is minus 1. Just calculate it. I'm getting a 16 as 5. So that is in the top row I have 5 logs are there. So if I substitute n equal to 25, a 25 equal to 20 plus 25 minus 1 into minus 1. If I substitute, I'm getting minus 4. So it is not possible, no? Since number of logs cannot be in negative, right? So number of logs means it is just 20, 19, 18, it goes on like this. So we cannot say that number of logs is negative. So this case is not possible. And there are 16 rows and there are 5 logs at the top row. That is, in the nth row we have 5 logs. Okay. So now look at the 20th question in your textbook. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meter from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meter apart in a single line. So in a straight line. So just look at the figure. You have the glass of potatoes, right? So in the first place in the figure, you have a glass of potatoes, like you have a glass. At 5 meter apart from the glass, you have one first potato, and after 5 meter there is a 3 meter distance for every other potato, right? So first, when a girl runs to pick up the first potato, she has to run for 5 meter and get back to the glass for another 5 meter. So you have to multiply every meters with 2, right? So distance traveled by the competitor to pick first potato is, so first potato distance in 5 meters. So you have to go and pick the potato and come back to the glass. So you have to multiply with 2. 2 into 5 will be 10. To pick the second potato, you have 5 meter distance and 3 meter distance, right? So every other potato is 3 meter after that first potato, right? So 2 into 2 times you have to multiply, because for going and coming. So 2 into 5 plus 3 is the distance. So 8 to the 16. For the third potato, 5 plus 3 plus 3. You have to multiply with 2 times, since she has to go and come back to the glass, right? So 2 into 5 plus 3 plus 3 will give you 22. So this is the series. So 10, 16, 22, these are the numbers involved in this case. So which looks like an AP. A value is 10, D is 16 minus 10 is 6, common difference is 6, and there are total number of potatoes they have given us 10. So n, I am taking it as 10. Okay, so just substitute Sn. So totally how many potatoes, right? So sum of all the potatoes. So S10, I'm going to take it. N is 10 by 2, and 2 into A is 10 and D is 6. Just substitute and calculate, you will be getting 370. So